Hello, welcome to Popalong RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing, and here at Popalong RC we're all about getting you guys into RC car racing. Now, we are super fortunate where we are based in the UK. We have got loads and loads of RC car tracks that we can visit and we can race at, and each of these tracks has its own sort of speciality, you could say. So the thing is, with me and Mark, we both love our RC, however, our interests are slightly different. So sometimes me and Mark go club racing, but we don't go to the same clubs. So let's see what Mark's been up to.
So I've decided to come out for a nice chilled run today, racing the old Cougar Classic Spin. Last time this was run was at Wheel Spin, and I want to get it ready for the Popalong GP over at Wheel Spin, so I thought I'd bring it here. I'm the only one with a vintage car. I just wanted the chilled one. A little bit slower, a little bit more steady, and I really like the car. I've got a couple of upgrades on order. Got some JC Racing arms coming, so hopefully that will it'll certainly make it more expensive, but hopefully it'll make it more better. But we are at DMS racing, and everybody is sorting the track out, so I better go and help. Quite like the rostrum here. Actually, the facility's really good. The carpet's interesting because it's not super high grip, and most places indoors are. But anyway, let's go through the track. So nice, interesting. This is always interesting, the back section down into this corner sweep or whatever. And we've got this here. Don't think we're going to be able to, well, I won't be able to double that. Doubtful with the vintage car. Yeah, I like the tracks here. They are really good. They're not like super difficult, so the racing's quite tight, and you know, there's always someone to have a good old battle with at DMS racing. Right, time for a little montage. Right, so this is seeded practice, two 3-minute seeded practice qualifiers. Yeah, really good idea. I quite like it when they do that. My car's going well. I'm not going to get any footage of it tonight because I'm just going to race and just have a chilled out one, to be quite honest with you. But this is the top boys. Let's see how they do it. Now they're doubling this here. Now I cannot do that. That's one of those things you've got to kind of just grit your teeth and get on with it and hope it lands okay. It's a bit of a gamble. Not one that I'm willing to myself do tonight with the old Cougar Classic. What else are they doing? A little bit of turny wheelie action in the air when they're doing this double here. Again, that's something I have not mastered. I'm trying to sort of put into practice what we learnt the other day from when we went to Silverstone and we did a session with Trish and Ben, and there's loads of time you can make up just by driving smart and perhaps turning things down, which I have actually done. I've turned the boost and the turbos down in the hope that I'm gonna go a bit quicker. But for me, like I say, this is a real chilled one. So yeah, like I said, we're at DMS, based in Watford, Bushy. It's, I would say, our local indoor track anyway. Super friendly, loads of different mixed abilities here. The track's not super high grip, so it does make for some interesting racing. And as I said earlier, that it's not the most difficult of tracks really to get round, which does make for some really close racing. But these guys, what they're doing up there. I definitely won't be making the A tonight. So anyway, it'd be nice to make the B, but we'll see. But there you go, DMS racing. So you may ask why I bought this car out. Well, to be honest, I've been kind of wrestling with myself a little bit in that we've got obviously lots of cars and lots of them are very fast, and do you know what, I just wanted to strip it back a bit, and drive something a little bit slower and have just a chilled one, because it can be quite intense. You know, you come to a club night and you've got to wrestle this crazy machine round the track, which I'm quite happy to do most times, but at the moment I just thought it'd be nice to get this out. We're running Orca Electrics in this, and they're super good because you got the BlueCon unit in there, and you can just make some changes really easily with the app, and you don't only have to get off the rostrum to do it, so it's quite handy. So we've got a friend of the channel, RC Steve here. He's putting in some really good laps. Ooh, that was nicely done. His car's going really well. He hasn't been for ages. First night back here, absolutely the same as me. So do you know what? Sometimes a little bit of a break is never a bad thing. Let's watch him go again. Nice. I believe it's LD3, his car. Not too shabby at all. This is the these are the first boys that are out, and I tell you what, everyone can drive. There's no one here that can't. Standard's gone up. I ain't been here for ages, and I think he'll be happy with this. Very good. It's the last qualifier. Done all right. I put new tyres on it, and it paid off. So I got my 24 lapper. And if we look down here at the last ones, 24 is not too shabby with a Riri Cougar. Right, so this is the A's. Look, see they're doubling that. Doubling that's a bit risky because if you get it, yeah, because of that basically. So if you get it right, all good. You got to do it every single lap, otherwise it's just not going to pay off for you. Yeah, these guys are fast, man. There was no way I was going to make the A final today with my Cougar, but thoroughly enjoyable night, really good. So I'm quite happy I made the B final, so I am well, mission accomplished, to be quite honest with you. I'm happy with that. Good work from the old Cougar. So this is the C final, and some of these cars look rapid. I'm going to follow this one. This thing is quick. Now I can only assume, because that is way quicker than my car. Look at it down the straight, mega. That I just kept it consistent, absolutely as consistent as I could. If I've learned anything in the past couple of weeks, it is, and I hate to say it, car has always been right, slow and steady, and you know you're going to do well. It's really easy to make little mistakes like that, and the trouble is if you make one you get a bit rattled and then start making a few more and then you just lose time, you know. But I have had a good night tonight. I've had a real chilled one. I've made the B-file, that's all I wanted to do. Took the Cougar out and there was just no stress.
Bit of buggy racing from Mark, and trying to bring the fun back into his racing with the vintage class. We have got our vintage event coming up very soon where we're simplifying it, and for us vintage racing, it's about running cars of yesteryear, those vintage cars that you just want to enjoy driving. Doesn't matter what year the car was made, it's about driving and having fun. And the important thing as well, if you're going to race, is to be racing against cars that are the same sort of speed, same sort of pace as you, because it's not fun getting lapped 6 or 7 times. Anyway, whilst Mark has been running his buggy, I have been doing a little bit of club racing over at the Bedford Club. So Friday nights I go racing with my son, we get some food, we race some cars. I don't have to worry about him getting up for school the following morning. But the car that I am sort of getting the most enjoyment out of driving at the moment is actually my Tamiya TT01 truck. The reason being is there's not a lot you can really change on them. We're running them to Iconic Cup spec in terms of the turnbuckles, the alley prop shaft, the Yare Racing shocks. And other than that, they're kept pretty much standard. We have experimented with gearing, but basically Tamiya trucks, it's almost like a control class. Having cars that are so evenly matched from one manufacturer does make for a much more level playing field, and yeah, it's just great fun. No stress, no worries. I kind of just put the car on the track and away we go. That being said, a few weeks ago I did have an issue where my ESC started to play up, but to be honest, that ESC had been running for over a year, so I definitely got my money's worth out of that ESC. So do I get myself another Tamiya truck? It is probably the most used car I have in my collection. I think if I was to get one, I'd probably get the Bugra Fat Fox. It's probably the one Tamiya truck that I haven't got, which I'd quite like to add to my collection. That being said, I quite like running the Montec shells because, again, they're a little bit lower profile, a little bit cheaper to replace, because rubbing is racing, and when we're racing the Tamiya trucks, there is a little bit of contact. So yeah, it's great that we are so lucky here in the UK to have so many clubs locally that run so many different classes. A stadium truck, I'm looking to run that hopefully at the Truck Nationals this year. I've only got the shell with me at the moment because the car itself is on the workbench, but this is my ST2, which I'm hoping to be running at the MKGP in a couple of weeks' time. Again, over here it is just the shell, but we have my FT9, the Fronty, which I've been running at the Carpin Legends series. So we've got loads of massive, amazing events, but we don't want to forget club racing, because do you know what? I think that is the heart of the RC hobby here in the UK. Finding your local club, becoming part of the community, and getting other people involved. And I'm very lucky that both Bedford and Milton Keynes, which are the main clubs that I race at, they're very family friendly, and they've got some thriving beginner and novice classes. And obviously DMS on a Thursday, where Mark has been running his buggies. Again, a very popular club. There's another club locally that we might have to do a feature on very soon, but we'll save that for another video. Anyway, hopefully you've liked this little waffly video. Like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and hopefully we'll see you trackside soon.